What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. This is now our 48th episode. We are rapidly approaching 1 full year of Corvette Weekly with Horsepower Obsessed, Front Seat Driver, and Protective Dad Pranks. Together we are Vet Syndicate. We come together and do these Corvette Weekly episodes for you guys. We hope you're enjoying them as much as we are because we have a blast filming these. And right off the bat, we get a $20 super chat from Steven Rapp. So we're going to talk really quickly about the giveaway. So you guys know already we are giving away an Attack Blue air filter for your C6, C7, or C8. So if you have one of those 3 generations of Corvette, you can enter to win the typically $150-ish air filter for as low as $10. Every donation is, or every $10 donation is 1 entry. We do prefer Venmo. That is the best way to do this thing. But the best part is that our big giveaway for tonight is also the race ramps. So we talked about those last week. You can see Jason and Steve appropriately rocking the attire. And any donation you give today will get you entered to win the Attack Blue and the race ramps. So even if you're interested in only the race ramps, you might as well throw in some cash at this thing while you can potentially win both. So that's my my little speech for the day. I see a lot of the same names over here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, Jet Driver, it is snowing here where I'm at too. So Jet Driver sounds like he's about as happy with the snow as I am. It is what it is, man. Pennsylvania this time of year, it is totally unpredictable. The weather is just, it literally could be anything.
I have my top down on Saturday.
Yeah, these guys down below me here, they have some decent weather. What'd you say was there today? Like 65?
65, yeah.
They act like 65 is not that nice. 65 here in PA, that is shorts and t-shirt weather.
Yes.
Pete, I will send you the Venmo information right now. I forgot to put that in the chat. Usually I'm good for that.
And it's a big, big, big box. It's huge. It's like coffin over here.
Yeah, so the actual race ramps are very large, guys, so be prepared.
But very light.
But very strong.
Yeah.
But very something
long.
else, too. All right, there's the Venmo information. I pinned it in the chat. So if you are interested in getting entered to win the Attack Blue air filter, which will also get you entered to win the race ramps, every $10 donated is an entry. I know a good bit of you in the chat section here has C8 Corvettes. So you guys could definitely benefit from either one of these 2 things. I know a couple of you have C7s, and I know at least one of you has a C6. So any of you can benefit from the Attack Blue and the race ramps. So you guys should definitely look at that if you are interested in either one of those 2 options. We do have a lot of stuff to discuss today, guys. I think I'm actually going to let... yeah. Let's talk about the car in the corner. This was interesting.
Yeah.
So yesterday, or I'm sorry, last Monday, right after we were done with our live video, I have an email from a subscriber named Tony. He sends me a picture of his car. That's his car. His car is a twin of mine. It's literally black with the red calipers, the same kind of wheels, ZTK package. The only difference is he has the competition seats. And I know that really... It makes me want to find out where he lives because I want to go just take those seats. He'll never notice, right? But yeah, I wish I would have gotten those seats for sure. The car's looking awesome. Again, guys, this is the car of the week. It could be your car up there. If you want to send me the pictures of your ride, we'll get them added in up there. And all of these will get sent over to the Vet Syndicate crew to get posted up on our Instagram as well. So you should definitely check that out. C8 Mario says it's 91 degrees at Miami, blackout tinting.
Dang.
That's interesting. That's cool that you're there and I'm not.
The question: how humid? Is it humid yet or no?
No, humidity doesn't start just yet.
Okay.
Probably around July.
All right.
Okay, so Pete has a C6 ZR or Z06 or ZR1. Either one, the air filter will work with.
Mhm.
Yep. 11-second clip says it's looking good. I'm curious though, C8 Mario, are you actually at Blackout right now? I do know we just signed up a C8 for some expel work down there. We also have a C8 Z06 sitting down there if you guys haven't checked that out yet. That is Mike, and he's actually part of our Discord channel. You can check the link out in the description down below. Get on the Discord and chat it up with him. He's a really cool dude. His car's sitting down there, Amplify Orange. You guys have probably seen the pictures of it. It's looking really good. And it's going to get a full expel wrap here soon, ceramic coating. It's going to be looking even better. Matt Hurley says, is his ZR1 a manual? Actually, you know what? I don't think he ever sent me any interior pictures, so I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know why I didn't ask that. That's like the question to ask, and I didn't ask it. You're at Blackout Tinning? That's freaking awesome, man. I wish I could be there. I was supposed to fly to Florida on Saturday, and I was sitting at the airport 20 minutes before I got on the plane. They sent me an email and canceled my flight. So that was awesome. Ralph Cruz says, please check your Venmo. Of course, Ralph Cruz hooking it up.
Ralph Cruz. Get ready to
Ralph
type.
Cruz donates $98. I'm going to call that an even 100. I don't know why that we've done that, but we'll get him entered 10 times for the air filter as well as the race ramps. Matt Hurley absolutely knocking it out of the freaking park tonight. Matt Hurley donates $150. So
Hey!
that's what we're talking about. And then we got Jamie. I can never remember Jamie's screen name on here. He donates 30.
Oh.
I want to. Is that Jet Driver?
I need to know.
God,
I can't put it in.
I'm so bad at this. Ralph Cruz, Jamie, Matt Hurley. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are true patriots. Tony is on the chat here. So this is Tony's car, guys. He says no, his car isn't automatic. So I will still take those seats though, Tony. I love the competition seats. That's the only option I didn't get with my ZR1, and I hate that I didn't get that option. Please tell me that you hate the competition seats and that we can swap them. That would be perfect. I will literally come to you. I don't even care where you're at. We'll swap seats.
Can we find out who that Jamie is?
Yeah, so guys, Jamie Deibler, I would like you, we want to give you appropriate credit and everything. I can never, I know it. As soon as you tell me what your screen name is, I know it. Jamie. Oh, it's right there. It's his actual name.
Okay.
Oh, Glass City. Okay, so Jamie's actually right up here by me. I knew that. He's actually, he has his car at Blackout Tinning right now. C8 Mario says, Justin, when are you down here? I was supposed to be down there on Saturday. I was supposed to fly out, and they canceled my flight. So now I'm not sure when I'm going to get down there. Shane has not got his car yet. And Joe Dife says, I saw Silver Fox this morning. Yeah, he was at Blackout Tinning as well. He was down there checking out Mike's Z06. Kerry Glock, we are going to talk about that in 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get through some of the comments here. We're going to talk about the transmission issues because this is going to affect a lot of you guys. So definitely something you're going to want to stick around for. Yeah, Ice Storm, he said it. The competition seats have high side bolsters. So Tony, if you want to swap, man, let me know. Those things, they're pretty uncomfortable. I hate them, but I love them. Joe Dife, you're waiting for me to come to Miami? I do plan on being down there. I was going to be down there all week. Trey, I don't believe so. He says, does anybody know if the carbon ceramic brakes off of a 19 ZR1 will fit a C8? I'm pretty sure they're too big. I'm sure there's a kit you could probably... Actually, there probably isn't because the brakes are electronically assisted on the C8 and they're not on a ZR1. So I don't know exactly how that would work because the computer system probably is not set up for it. LT4 powered. If you could send me an email if you haven't yet with that picture, I would love to talk about one of the other glorious things about owning a Corvette. LT4 powered has some really interesting owner's experience that I want to share with you guys. If you could send me that email, just horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. 54 thumbs up with 155 watching, guys. We got to get those thumbs ups. 11-second Eclipse. I don't really like PayPal a lot because they take out a bunch of fees. But if you would like to, for this particular thing, I suppose you could. My PayPal is just the same thing, horsepowerobsessed@gmail. Just make sure you send it as a gift, if it will let you. I'm okay with, if you guys want to get entered for the giveaway, Venmo, Super Chat, or PayPal, I'm okay with any of them. It ultimately all goes pretty much to the same place, pretty much, because, I don't want to get into that whole thing, but we prefer Venmo for sure.
Except Super Chat goes like 90% to YouTube. Pretty much.
Ideally, we don't use Super Chat, but that I don't want to eliminate anybody from it getting entered on this. So
that's more like super crap.
They're like the IRS.
Yeah.
Ice Storm, I have disproven this myth more than once on the channel. I am a bigger guy, and the competition seats are still perfect. I will tell you this: the competition seats will be in my C8 Z06 whenever I finally get to order one. But if Tony, if you're still in here with the ZR1, swap me your competition seats, please. Thanks. Ralph Cruz says how about $100 in coins? Ralph, if you want to mail me a box full of $100 in coins, I'll take it. Coins are good.
He's gonna make instead of rain.
Yeah, $100 in pennies. All right, let's check Venmo real quick. So guys, what's going to happen tonight is we are going to end the Attack Blue giveaway, and about halfway through this live show. Once we end that, anybody who has donated, once we find the winner, I should say, anybody who has donated for the air intake will also be entered to win the race ramps, which will be that giveaway is going to last for a month after tonight. So in 1 month from tonight, the winner of the race ramps will be chosen as well. We got some more donations here. So we got Steve Risha. He says, thanks for having this every week for us hardcore Corvette and car enthusiasts. I met him at Blackout Tinning just recently. He donated $50. So he will be entered 5 times to win the Attack Blue as well as the race ramps. Let me know when you got that, Steve. We got a couple of them in here. So.
Got it.
All right, so we got Peter says he is entering for the air filter / race ramps giveaway for 3 votes. He donates $30.
So what's his name?
Peter Lanzone.
Okay.
We got Sherry Sharp donates $20. That's actually Bill. I don't know that he's on the chat, but I talk to him through email a lot. He donates $20 for the race ramp / Attack Blue.
And that was who?
Sherry Sharp.
Okay.
Hey, we also want to mention early on instead of at the very end of it that if you're watching this live stream during the week and it's not live, you can still donate and we will make mention of it in the next video and you will be included.
100%. Tony has fully deflated my dreams of having the competition seats. He said that I can't have them. It was worth a try, though. It was worth a try, Tony. A beautiful car you have, man. I mean, I can't think of a nicer spec. I really can't. Vet Father says, HPO, are you going to send your ZR1 to LMR like Street Speed did? That would be awesome. I actually had thought a little bit about it just because I don't want to go crazy with power on those things, but there are a couple things they could do that might be worthwhile to me. Because honestly, 750 horsepower that I have now, it's barely streetable as it is. I just don't understand why you want to throw a bunch more horsepower at a car that already struggles to get traction.
Yeah.
2020 Matrix 8. That's exactly how I feel, man. I will never own another, I wouldn't even say C8. I will never own another Corvette, period, that doesn't have competition seats. Every time I buy a car that doesn't have those competition seats, I regret it almost immediately. C8 Mario wants to know who's in Miami right now. Who in the chat is in the Southern Florida area? Blue Vet, I know Blue Vet is. He's actually been to the shop a couple times. I'll tell you what, if you raise your hand and you're in the Southern Florida area and you haven't come to my shop yet, we're going to talk. This is the other thing. This is the other side of the coin. Again, the name I don't want to mess up, but he says don't touch the ZR1. And that's kind of where my mind's at with it. It really doesn't need it. But at the same time, there are little things that I think might help it. Like I thought about porting the blower because that's not something you have to tune for, and that's also not something that's radically different. Jixer Rider says, don't you find them tight? I do not. Me and my wife both drove my C8 from Pennsylvania down to the Florida Keys and back. It was like a 2,500 mile trip all in. No problems whatsoever. That one didn't have.
That wasn't competition.
Trey is by the Space Center, so you're a little, I think you're on the other side. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where the Space Center is at, but either way, you probably, we should meet up at the shop. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was confusing you for Tony. You and I have already talked about that. Go ahead, Jason.
C8 Mario had a question that I cannot answer for Miami, but I can answer that for those that are in the DFW area. Next Saturday, we're going to have a Vet Syndicate meetup at Black Rock Coffee.
This Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
Well, that's Saturday. That 9 a.m. Black Rifle Coffee off of Roof Snow in North Richland Hills, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we're probably going to do a drive and go get some food after that. But that's the DFW area.
Yeah, guys. So any of you in the DFW area, Vet Syndicate is officially hosting a car show. And this will be one of the first ones, really, since the weather's gotten to be at least okay. Right. You guys should definitely go check it out. Both Jason and Steve will be there. I will be there in spirit. But yeah,
we'll do a live stream. We'll bring you in.
And I'll have a brand new install that no one's going to see until then. And it's pretty big.
It is very big. USA Pure Power says, hello, Justin. I was wondering if you offer enclosed transport from your dealership to one of your detail locations. Yes, it depends on where you're coming from and which shop you're going to. If you want to let me know that, I can get you an answer. Vet Father says, Vet Syndicate show at LMR. That might not be a bad idea. We might be able to do something like that. Me and Jason were just working out some details of...
Because LMR is closed on Saturdays.
Yeah, it would have to be during the week. Unless we
Justin,
work with LMR.
11 Second sent you a PayPal for 20, so I have that updated.
Okay.
He said no fees.
It didn't take any fees?
So he said it comes up under the name Dan.
Friends and family.
Let me check, because the last I checked on mine, it was taking fees. And I didn't have an option because mine's a business account.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy stuff, man. I actually don't have anything in my PayPal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, are you sure that went through? Was it 11-second eclipse? Let me know for sure if that definitely went through. Jet Driver says Venmo on its way. Right. Let's take a look here. So we didn't get to Dr. Corvette. Dr. Corvette gave $100. He says, send me my ramps, please. It was just his birthday. It was just his birthday. Everybody wish Dr. Corvette a belated happy birthday. He is in the chats. Let him know that you were thinking of him a week ago, even if you weren't.
Yes.
Carrie Glock donates $20.
Okay.
Mark Cutsy says, mahalo guys for suggesting ProClip and ACS lug extenders. Both are great products. He donates 50.
Okay,
and Jet Driver.
Who is that? That's Mark. What name?
Cutsy.
Mark is what?
Kutsy.
Okay, got that. And that's 50.
Yep. And then Jet Driver for 40.
Okay. Boy, they're just coming in tonight.
Yeah. So we got seven more minutes, guys, and I'm going to end the Attack Blue donations, and we're going to go straight into the race ramps. So if you want a chance to win both of those things, because any donations right now will get you entered to win the Attack Blue air filters for your C6, C7, or C8, and into the race ramps. So if you want to do that, enter those now before we hit 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because at that point we're moving strictly to the race ramps, and we're gonna show the winner of the Attack Blue at that point as well. Yeah, Jason, as long as you know how to say that, go ahead. I don't know how to say it.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
91 thumbs ups with 177 watching. Amber has become Shane for this particular live video, I guess. It works. We're so close to 100. We are very close to 100. So for those of you guys who are here for the information, one more time, donations for the Attack Blue air filter are going to end in 6 minutes. So be sure to get them in if you are wanting to do that right now. But for the information, let's start into what we were discussing on the thumbnail and the title. And that, of course, is going to start with the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06 still selling for well over MSRP. Yeah. Stephen Rapp in for another $20. Another 2 entries for Stephen Rapp. And 11-second Eclipse says, can you check your email? It's telling me, yeah, let me check. I didn't see anything here, but I got a text message.
Man, that looks so good.
Yeah, and what's funny is that is actually a super low spec Z06. And that thing just looks freaking phenomenal sitting there.
It does.
Oh, okay. Okay. It says what the heck? That is pretty weird.
What?
It's telling me on my end to create a PayPal account, but I definitely already have one, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. 11-second Eclipse, go ahead and cancel that if you can. PayPal must be really sensitive to the periods. Technically, my email is horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com. Usually that doesn't matter, but for some reason in this case, it looks like it is mattering.
I'm like jamming with no music.
Okay, let's see. All right. So anyway, let's get back to this real quick. 11-second clips. Let me know if you have any more problems with what I just said. We'll figure that out for sure. But for now, 2023 Z06 still sells for $100,000 over MSRP on the Barina Trailer website. Some people were starting to think that these prices were starting to drop because some of these Z06s were selling for 40, 50 over. Then this one sells for 100 over. And what's interesting is, just like I was telling Jason, this is not a real high spec Z06. This one has an MSRP of 128,000. So it's a 2LZ with GT2 seats, and that's pretty much it for options. And it's at 128,000, but it's sold obviously for 100,000 over that. So pretty freaking crazy that these cars are still going for that price. Now, this is, just like Jason said, that is a really nice looking car. Even though it's not a super high spec, it doesn't really need to be. That thing just looks like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to say. Like, it is a nice looking car. You do not need a high spec car to be awesome looking. Yeah, so it's funny you say that. Ice Storm says that's not worth 40,000 difference MSRP. Are you referring to the Z06 over the Stingray? Because if you are, it's funny. I actually have a video coming out here shortly. I went over every aesthetic difference from a C8 Stingray to a C8 Z06 side by side, going over all of the differences. And at the end of the day, there really isn't much. The cars don't look radically different in person. And if you don't know what you're looking at, you wouldn't even know for sure if you're looking at a Stingray or a Z06. You really have to be kind of versed in Corvette to know the difference. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the case. And if you guys follow, what's his name? Something Speeders, like Supercar Speeders or something. Rob is his name. He has a rental car business.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Super Speeders Rob or something like that. He has a rental car business, and he has a C8 Corvette Stingray as well as a C8 Z06 that he rents out. And he actually has a short video out talking about how his C8 Z06 doesn't rent very well because it is significantly more expensive than the C8 Stingray, and people can't tell the difference. So literally, they're literally not even sure which kind of car they're getting, because unless you're a Corvette guy, you can't really see the difference. And I think it's funny because I can clearly see the difference, and it's massive to me, but to some people it's like, eh. Yeah, Super Speeders Rob, that's his name. But what do you guys think about that? Do you agree that the C8 Stingray and the C8 Z06 don't really look that different, or are you on the side of the fact that they look massively different? While we're deciding that, let me check my Venmo, but go ahead, Jason.
No, I don't think they look massively different. I mean, there's obviously differences, but to us, I feel like yes. But to, like I listen to music that my kids go, it all sounds the same. Well, because I'm involved in that, I tell the difference. I think it's the same way with Corvette. If you're an outsider, they're all the same for the most part.
So you say you don't think they look the same?
No, I think for me, I can see distinctions. I don't think there's a massive. It's not like if it drives by real quickly, I might have to look. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 times to be able to be sure, depending on how quick it's going. But when they're just sitting in a parking lot, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna notice a difference. But those are subtle differences, much like like with music I listen to, they're the same but different. So if that's not your thing, I bet a lot of these people wouldn't even notice and realize 100%.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this then. If that's the case, do you think that the C7 Stingray and the C8 or C7 Z06, was there the same amount of separation between those two, or was there more?
So I think it's pretty similar, and I'll tell you why. I think there's not a massive difference because there's been times I know I was going to meet up with Steve one day, and I thought he was already there, and there was a red C7 in front of me. Now, granted, I mean, he had the white taillights, you have the clear taillights and things like that, but I thought it was a Z06, and then I realized, oh crap, no, that's Steve. So there is a difference, but again, you got to be looking for those differences just off of just looking at it quick glance. I don't think there's a significant difference unless you really focus. So yeah, no.
Okay. All right. 11-second clips. I did get the PayPal, but yeah, it does not allow you to send it as friends and family since I'm a business account, but we'll still put you down for the $20. If you didn't get that added in yet, Steve, 11-second clips is in for $20. Guys, we're going to close out the Attack Blue air filter donation part of this. We do have 3 more entries though. So BPR Z06 is in for he's in for $50.
Okay, so that's BPR for 50.
Yep.
Okay, so 50. Got it.
Taylor Campbell.
Got it. Okay.
He is in for 30. Says, love watching the channel. Hope to see you in Latrobe area this summer. You definitely will. That's where I spend all my time, it seems. And then Rafal Kazuba. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong, and I apologize. I'm an idiot.
You're really going to tell me that one.
Rafal.
Okay.
KAS.
I'll just keep his name. I'm just going to do his first name, so that'd be easiest. No, it's going to be him.
He donated 50.
50. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to pop over to Steve whenever he's ready. Just let me know. And we're going to do the drawing for the Attack Blue air filter first. And then for the rest of the show tonight and for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be race ramps only.
Yeah, let me. Okay, are we ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Just let me know when we're going to do it. And we got the screen and we're going. And we're raffling.
Nope. We gotta hit there's a thing on the screen.
I got to do the stupid thing. There we go. Now we're raffling.
Raffling. First winner is Taylor Campbell. How about that? All right,
That was quick.
That was quick. Taylor Campbell, let's see. What was the donation from Taylor? Was $30. So some of you guys donated a lot of money. You're still entered for the race ramps, so that's good. But Taylor Campbell wins the Attack Blue air filter. So if you're in here still, Taylor, go ahead and shoot me an email. First off, let me know what your screen name is here so we can put that down as well. And then I also need an email from you with a shipping address so we can get this air filter out to you, as well as which car. Because like I said, you can have a C6, C7, or C8. Whichever one of those you own, let me know. But from here forward, guys, the donations are going to be strictly for the race ramps, which I actually need to get a picture of for those of you who don't know exactly what they look like. Steve was kind enough to share an image that will no doubt make you guys laugh.
Or haunt you.
Mark Cutsey said we need to make it a poster.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That is a cool poster. All right, so here it is, guys. This is the race ramps giveaway picture. Spoiler alert, kind of a behind the scenes thing here. Jason and Steve are both actually attached to wires that are holding them up to the ceiling. That's how they managed to hold that pose.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But yeah, so the race ramps you can see there, they're the 67-inch one-piece race ramp. Normally around $500, I believe. Brand new. They will be sent straight to you if you win. Yeah, Great White North Corvette. Let's go ahead and start talking about the transmission issue. So, and actually, Great White, it's going to affect you. If you guys haven't seen this yet, we have obviously already talked about the Z06 is still fetching over 100K. But the big thing for today is the fact that there is an engine or a transmission recall for 2020 C8s and 2021 C8s. So if you have a 20 or 21 C8 Corvette, you are part of a recall that you need to have GM update. Now, recall is a weird word that GM uses in this situation because it's not, from what I can tell, there's no parts involved in it. The only thing you really have to do is have part of it flashed, so some software updated. It does say here that it affected many, basically the affected cars may incorrectly clear the loss of communications diagnostic trouble codes when the key is left off after detecting a loss of communications with other control modules. So basically the fix is a certified GM technician will be instructed to inspect affected vehicles and reprogram the transmission module with updated software as needed. It should take the techs less than 1 hour to complete the recall. Now, like I said, it is 2020s and 2021 Stingrays, and the affected components are, of course, that transmission control module. Now, it's interesting because I actually know someone, actually it's the person someone referred to here earlier was Silver Fox down in Florida, who might be having this issue. And I sent him the information, and he was very thankful about it because GM doesn't do a real good job of letting us know when stuff like this exists. Almost always. I see it online before I get any kind of paperwork in the mail talking about these recalls and stuff. So again, if you have a 2020 or a 2021, get down to GM and get this thing updated because it could potentially cause further issues down the road if you don't. Definitely not something you want to be stuck with a transmission problem on the side of the road.
Yes, next Saturday from 9, this coming Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11, Vet Syndicate, we're having our for the most part, first one this year. We want to try to make them the third Saturday of every month. That way it can be consistent and people know. And it will be at the Black Rifle Coffee in North Richland Hills on, I don't know what it is, but the Roof Snow exit. There's a QT on one side of the freeway. Across is right in there is Black Rifle Coffee. So the first one we did, man, I think we had like 60 people show up.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was, and we get our own dedicated parking lot. Like Black Rifle goes out, and they put cones out so people can't go and park in there. And so we have our own dedicated parking lot that holds like 50 cars. And the last time we had it filled up, we had a few in the middle, and we had them running up the side on that first one. That was amazing.
Yeah.
When are we having a gathering in PA? At Carlisle.
Well, yeah. Well, Ralph Cruz, I think he might have actually been. Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was referring to me. I'm actually planning on doing that Yeah, the other Jason. I'm actually planning on doing that pretty soon, Ralph. I was just talking to Josh from Blackout Tinning. I think him and I are going to kind of join forces and do it a big show down in the Gibsonia parking lot, because their parking lot down there can hold like 500 cars or so, probably even more if you really start stacking them. But stay tuned for that, guys. I'm going to be announcing that very soon, because the weather should start to break here in PA probably within the next month or so. So I'm probably going to announce it relatively soon, just so we can get this thing rolling, because nobody wants to get out in their Corvette more than me at this point. So stay tuned for it. I will definitely let you know, Ralph. I'm looking forward to meeting you. White Hot Horsepower wants to know, will this VS meet be posted up, park up front? Yep. Okay. That was easy. Thanks for making that easy, Steve.
Once I get doing it.
What?
Steven Rapp again.
Steven Rapp. Ramps are his dream mod. Dang. Okay, so 22 more entries for the dream mod for Steven Rapp. John Perkins says that he checked with his Chevy app and didn't find anything on the recall yet. And that's, as sad as it sounds, that's, if you go down to your dealership, I guarantee you they have your recall on hand. They already know about it. But it takes forever for this stuff to get out. It's always online first. Yeah, who is a normal car guy? We're all crazy guys.
Oh, that normal super car nerd. I mean, guy. Yeah, I'm sure he does hate it. I'm okay with it.
C8 Mario said, last time we had rain in Miami is back on the first week of February. Wow, that's good. Yeah, I heard this from you a couple times, that we need to talk about the chassis on the C8 being superior, a superior platform than other supercars or other sports cars. That is 100% the truth. So if you guys don't know, the C8 Corvette frame and platform that they're using is very, very, very tried and true. I know we're all Corvette fans here, and I know for the most part we value Corvettes pretty highly, but some of you might not understand just how capable the C8 platform really is. It's going to take this car to pretty insane heights. Now, typically the way, from what I've heard, rumor has it, we'll say, Chevy develops their cars backwards. So whenever they developed the C8 Corvette lineup, they started with whatever the highest trim model was and worked their way back. So we'll say that the highest trim ends up being the C8 Zora. That's the car that they actually built first, and then they worked back to the Z06 and then back to the Stingray. So if that's the case, this platform can easily handle 1,000 horsepower without an issue. And it's obviously been proven time and time again on the track. And we're still waiting to see Nürburgring times for the Z06, but I keep hearing rumors that suggest that this is going to be significantly lower than 7 minutes around that Nürburgring. And if that's the case, again, we have the frame and everything, the platform for it. It is a great platform. All right, so we got some super chats. Steven Rapp with another $20. He says, how many have Z06s on this channel, and how many have a build date? I know of at least, well, I know generally Matt Hurley, BPR Z06. They already have theirs. Mike is in the Discord chat with us. He doesn't get on the live chats because his thing won't let him for some reason, but he's on here listening. His Z06 is currently sitting at my shop in Miami. And then there's another person that I know that I'm good friends with. His Elkhart Lake Blue Z06 is sitting at the shop here in Latrobe. So what's that, 5 right there? And those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. $20 for Dr. Corvette, $10 per ramp. We should give these away separately. That would be freaking hilarious.
You can back your car, pull it up.
Yeah, right. Just do one side at a time for an oil change. Bruno says,
I'm
sorry.
shocked at how good the ramps actually are.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
are really good.
You could actually do that if you wanted to. It'd be ridiculous, but you could. Bruno says, sorry, I stepped away. Is it all 2020s and 2021s? Yes, it is. All of them. So if you have a 20 or a 21, call your dealership and go down and get the recall done. Should take about an hour from what I've read. Stephen Rapp with another $99. He said, would like a poll on his question. So another $100, another 10 more entries for this. What was his question? How many have Z06s on this channel and how many have a build date? Okay. I'll do a poll on that. Why not? Start a poll. Do you have a Z06? C8 Z06 currently. This is going to have to be 2 separate polls, I think. Yes or no? Ask. All right, so poll is upcoming. Do you have a Z06 currently? I don't think it gets any easier than this. Yes or no? If you look in your garage and there's one sitting there, you say yes. If there's not, you say no. I will actually click no because I don't have one, and God knows when the heck I'm ever going to get one. General,
just in the works.
There is something in the works. You guys on the YouTube channel, you're not going to have to suffer through no new content coming. There's something big coming here pretty soon to the channel. I know I keep saying this, but I promise it really is coming soon. And
totally worth it.
It's going to be in conjunction to the Z06. So both of those things are coming. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to give away too much. 11-second Eclipse says race ramps are very nice. They are very, very nice. Oh yeah, I got an email I wanted to share with you guys too. So there's no option for want. All right. Dr. Corvette, yes, he has a few. So some of us have none and some of us have many.
Yeah.
Steven, I will do that after this poll is over. LT4 Powered says the poll is too confusing. I wrecked my car. Oh man, you kill me. Syndicate jam session. Yeah, we should do that. Jason has a guitar in his background. I got a guitar. Steve can be on drums.
Yeah.
All right. There's one picture I want to share with you guys that actually comes to us from LT4 Powered. But before I do, I want to mention one more time, the giveaway currently is the race ramps. These are the 67-inch race ramps that will fit pretty much under any vehicle, whether you're lowered or not. And it will give you enough clearance to not scrape off your front splitter getting it up. I think those raised at 10 inches, if I recall correctly. More than enough room for you to get under the car, do your oil changes and stuff like that. Really, really an important piece to have in the garage, in my opinion. I've been using these things, for probably 7 or 8 years at this point. Every single car I've ever owned has been up on these things, including my TRX. These actually say that the weight limit on them is, I think, 1,500 pounds per, so 3,000 pounds altogether. And it held my TRX without a problem, so that should say something. But I'm going to get one more image here for you. So coming to us from LT4 Powered over in the chats, he sent me a picture that you guys are definitely going to like. Yeah, this is so messed up. So, guys, as you know, with the Corvette Weeklies, I wanted to kind of turn it into more of a Q&A type thing because I want everybody to be able to get their questions answered. And in the Discord, which you can check out in the link down in the description below, you can actually continue the chat after these live videos. Me and LT4 Powered have gone back and forth a couple times. He took his car in recently to have the air filter changed. Now, I don't recall what year your Z06 is, but it's a C7 Z06 LT4 Powered. Let me know what year that is. I want to say it's a 17, but I could be wrong. I need that information. LT4 Powered. What year is your car? I know this thing is always delayed, so. Yeah, these race ramps are very, very light. It almost feels like you're not carrying something that's heavy enough to hold up a car, but it is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like, when I was going to Steve's, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting underneath this thing. If he wants to, that's fine. Man, as soon as we pulled my car up, I was like, no, it's good. I'm not worried about it. I mean, you could just tell they had it. Like there was no concern at all.
Yep.
And the ones we're giving away are the 12-inch wide ones. We're giving the wide ones away. So those
this is literally for a wide tire. I mean, it fits my ZR1 tires, and those are 335 wides.
Yeah.
Great White North, I speculate because of previous years that it's going to be around the June, late May, early June that they start the switch over with actual cars starting to come out in probably July for 24. LT4 Powered. Okay, so he says it's a 2019. So as new as you can get with a C7 Corvette. He took it in to have his cabin air filter replaced, and check out what they found. So he sent me these pictures. Look at this is a really good reason for you guys to all check your cabin air filters. I actually have a video on my channel on how to change the cabin air filter, and this, you don't want to see this when you open up your cabin air filter section. Now, I told him, luckily for him, I don't see anything in that pile of stuff that looks like it's from the car. So nothing
looks like
chewed
the
up.
neighbor's cat.
Yeah, right. It doesn't look good. Don't get me wrong. It really does not look good. But nothing in there indicates that any part of the car has been chewed up, that is a good thing. Now, what's funny is you can actually see, and it's going to be hard for me to point this out to you exactly, but there's actually like an indent in the air filter where the mouse was actually sitting. You could see it a little clearer in this one. On the left side, you can see like where the mouse was like sleeping or whatever, because the filter's like pressed down. It's so gross, but just another reason you want to keep up with your normal maintenance, because that air, I can only imagine what that smelled like when it was turned on. It had to have an odor. Yeah, there's no corpses either. That's also a good sign. That means none of the mice got in there and died, which would have really smelled great. Yeah. This is the new attacked air filter. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, the comedy here. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, LT4 Powered. It's interesting. I changed mine out in my ZR1, and mine was a little dirty, like, a leaf here and there. Nothing like that. But it still is something that I felt needed to be changed because I had the car at the time for almost 3 years. So it's a good idea to change that out every year. And especially if you pull it out and find something like that, it's time to change it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that thing probably did stink. Yeah, I can't imagine it smelled good. But so anyway, guys, another thing we wanted to do, obviously we're here to answer some questions tonight. So I asked on Sunday again about what you guys would like to have answered. And these are some of the questions that popped up. So some of these are just comments on the pictures. Others are actual questions. I'm going to scroll through here and just find the first one. Questions. Okay, so Jason Protzman loves Shell. All right, that's good. Questions. 1, why all the carbon fiber at such a high price? Does it add to the performance of the Z06? In parentheses, that's a serious question. Number 2, without the Z07 package, does the carbon fiber wheel make a difference? Thanks. So, that's pretty easy to answer. Right off the bat, I'm going to say the first question, why all the carbon fiber? And that is an easy answer. The owner likes carbon fiber. Pretty good. I like to put carbon fiber on anything I can. Sometimes a thinly sliced piece of carbon fiber on like a chipped ham sandwich or something. Really good stuff. But yeah, seriously, we're gonna actually talk about that grilled cheese thing again here in a second too. The second part of that was, without the Z07 package, do the carbon fiber wheels make a difference? They still do, yes. So even without the Z07 package, they are still shedding, I think it was almost 40 pounds of weight over even the forged aluminum wheels. So unsprung weight is what your wheel is considered, considering it's a rotational mass. So the less weight that your wheel has, the lighter your car feels. So yes, you still would like to have carbon fiber wheels, even if you do not have a Z07 package car. All right, so let's go ahead and end this poll, the first part of it that Stephen Rapp asked us to make. And it is, do you have a Z06 currently? 13% says yes, 87% says no. That's pretty significant. 87% do not have Z06s. And now I have let enough time go by that I do not remember what the second part of that poll was going to be. Yeah, I don't remember. Stephen Rapp, if you could please. Oh, yeah, and Stephen Rapp wants to know how easy it is to change the filter. I'm assuming you mean the cabin air filter. It's pretty easy. They make it a lot easier than you would think.
How many have a build date?
How many have a build date? Okay. That's the next poll is, do you have a build date for your Z06? All right, so next poll coming up, do you have a build date? Now, only answer this if you actually have a Z06 on order. So if you have one on order, do you have a build date? If you don't have one on order, don't even answer the question.
Jason already answered.
Yeah, I know. I clicked it. It popped up.
I love how he'll just sit there quiet afterwards. He's like, well, I messed up.
He goes, oh. All I heard was, oh.
Yeah, LT4 Powered says it's easy on the C7. There's three latches behind the coolant tank on the passenger side. You have to wiggle it in there a little bit. Took him about 10 minutes. I have a video on my channel if you wanted to see it done on a C7. I did it whenever I did my oil change. It's really not difficult, but it's tight. You guys gotta wiggle it. It'll work.
Wiggle it.
I hear that.
Yeah. 11-second Eclipse says, I wish needs to be an option. I feel you, man. I really do. He already voted too, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I guess yeah. I need to be clearer with that right off the bat, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what other questions we got here. Elkhart Lake looks good. Best options for protection of paint versus keying or shopping cart crashes. So believe it or not, guys, there is a video on YouTube, and I can't remember who did it. Oh, yes, I do. It's actually from Expel. Expel themselves did it. They took a piece of Expel and held it out like this and took I think it was a car key. So they're holding out the Expel like this, and another person comes up underneath the Expel with a car key and jams the key through as much as they could through that Expel. And first off, the film stretches and stretches and stretches and stretches. He never gets the key through the Expel. It never goes through. I've seen on somebody else's channel, it was some random channel I came across one time, the guy put a piece of Expel on his car door and keyed as absolutely hard as he could into the paint of the car on top of this Expel. And it did destroy the Expel. The Expel was all bunched up and like scratched up. But when he pulled it off, none of it hit the paint. So I know a lot of you guys just think, I push the idea of Expel because I own part of it in a business now, but you got to realize, other than this last year, prior to that, I had nothing to do with Expel, nothing whatsoever. I push the products I believe in, and Expel has literally saved my car multiple times. It will save your car multiple times, and if you live in an area where someone keying your car is a real possibility, Expel will definitely stop that from happening. And I actually, not that I want to live in an area like that, but I actually would find it comical that someone would come by and try to key my car only to find out that I have Expel on it, and all of their nastiness was for nothing because it didn't hit the paint anyway. What other best options for protection of paint versus keying or shopping cart crashes? So shopping cart, same kind of thing. It will protect the paint from any kind of shopping cart, but if it hits hard enough, it could potentially dent your car, depending on what kind of car you have. Expel's not going to stop dents.
No, and the other thing, so on my Lamborghini in the front, it had like a part of the front bumper that it went, kind of down at an angle, and of course, so it had a corner, 2 corners on it because it was small. I hit a rock going to Houston, and I don't know, we were probably going pretty quick, but it did break off in the corner a little bit. So, but there's literally nothing Expel could do because it's a weak point, and so when that rock hit it at a very high rate of speed, it did chip that little piece off. But other than that, there's no issues. I absolutely love Expel. I have had it on the last 3 vets, and I would never have a car like that without it.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, I just got done not too long ago filming a video with Blackout Tinting where this is going to sound insane, but they rented a vehicle, expelled half the hood, and drove the car down the road at 40 miles an hour. I was the one driving, while Josh and one of his employees took a handful of rocks and threw it at the car. So if you want to see Expel getting tested at its absolute max, check out Blackout Tinting's YouTube channel, because this video just came out, and I'll spoil it for you. The half of the hood that wasn't expelled gets destroyed, and the other half that doesn't look like anything happened. And Josh explains Expel really well, because I explain it as, yeah, it protects the paint, but what it's actually doing is Expel is it actually absorbs the impact more than your paint does. So obviously your paint just chips. The Expel will actually absorb some of that impact, so it leaves less of damage even on the film from said rocks, because it's absorbing it. So there's a lot of science that goes into this as well. But check out that channel, you guys. You'll find it comical. There's a little bit of comedic relief in there as well, but a lot of actual fact goes into it as well. Yeah, and that's the big thing. Is like, I was just talking to JT earlier today. You guys might remember Cars Guys. I told him whenever I first got my ZR1, I paid to get the Expel on that thing. Or no, that was Jason I was talking to. But I paid to expel my car after just dropping $150,000 on it. That car literally wiped me out. I had pretty much nothing left, and I still found a way to come up with the money for the Expel because it needed it. It 100% needed to be done on a car that expensive. There was no way I was going to drive it every day and destroy it.
Yeah.
Front clip on a C7 LT4 powered is about $2,000. It's actually funny. Bruno says the Expel on my hood gave its life to a projectile. Paint underneath was fine. The day I picked my car up, my C7 ZR1, I had the front clip done. So the bumper, the fenders, the hood, and the back side of the mirrors. On the way home from Blackout Tinting to my house, which is only about 30 minutes, I got a really, really big rock hit the hood, and it left a dimple in the Expel. And I was just sitting there laughing when I got home and saw that. I was like, that would have probably been hard enough to chip this paint down to what would look white on a black car. So it would have looked like absolute crap. And that Expel saved me literally on the day I got it done.
Yeah. So for me, I watched a video when I had got my Grand Sport. I was debating on Expel, whether I should do it or not. And I watched a video of this guy whose wife had a Tesla. And since it's a piece of crap, she smashed it into the garage pretty good. And anyway, he removed the Expel, and I mean, she jacked it up. By looking at it, the Expel, you thought, oh man, this thing is just destroyed. And he peeled it off, and there was a couple of small scratches, but the amount of work that it was going to take to repair it compared to not having, if she would have had no Expel on there, that thing would have just been they would have had to probably replace the fender. I mean, it was scratches, but they would have been very, very deep. So I was super impressed. So I was like, after that made my mind up. I'm like, I'm absolutely getting Expel. So I did on my Grand Sport, I did the whole car.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the thing is that once you have Expel on one of your cars, you're probably never going to not have it on the next car because
Yeah.
it really alleviates so much stress out of a car guy's head about driving your car that you actually want to drive it more often. So it's really worth it. But let's answer one more question here. This guy says, let's call this channel Torque Obsessed. I mean, I guess that works too. The recalls on the C8 transmission, we did talk about that already. If you guys weren't here for that, real quick recap. If you have a 2020 or a 2021 C8 Corvette, go down to your local dealership because you do have a recall and they can flash your transmission controller to fix the problem. And then, of course, we have 2020 Matrix 8. Says, can we discuss if anyone tried the mayo on grilled cheese? That is definitely going to be the next poll. So it is really disgusting, but some people like this.
I'm going to do it just to find out.
Yeah. So do you have a build date for your C8 Z06? 18% said yes. 82 says no. Now, of those 82, at least 2 people voted before I could tell them not to if they didn't have one on order. So take that for what you will. Anyway, let's start the. Who was it that was just? Oh, Ed from Attack Blue. So the guy who runs the Attack Blue air filter, he makes these things. He calls me randomly the other day and says, "I got to ask you." He's like, "Who puts mayo on a grilled cheese sandwich?" And I was just like, at first I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Oh wait, you were on the live." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've never heard somebody do that." And I was like, that's crazy. Apparently he said that his son might do it or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to put up a poll here. Q&A, I don't know what the heck that is. Mayo on grilled cheese. All right. So go ahead and vote in this one, guys. Let me know, do you use mayo on grilled cheese instead of butter? So you're putting mayo on the outside of the bread as you're cooking it, not in the middle. Yeah.
See, I can't say no because I haven't done it yet. I mean, maybe it's but I've never tried it. It might be fine, but I'm just asking, as of up to this point in your life, have you ever done that? Nope.
Yeah, I have not either. All right, so Tony says
just to find out.
Tony said he has a complete wrap on his ZR1 from the day one. It saves from chips for sure. Yep. I thought maybe the same thing, Steven. Maybe it's like a British thing. I don't know. This is highly technical. It is. Like these are questions that need to be answered. We can't go on without having the answers to these things.
So, in mustard.
Next Monday night, I'm going to go live from my kitchen. I'm going to be cooking a grilled cheese sandwich with mayo on it. Yeah, guys, we could.
That'll be up in the car of the week photo.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it in a while. We need some thumbs ups. Look at this. Look at those thumbs. Those could be your thumbs. Maybe. If you guys would hit those thumbs up for me. In case you missed
Mayo's on.
I'll play it one more time.
In general.
Jamie says mayo is on constraint. Yes. Oh God, I love the Corvette humor in this chat. It's too much.
Grilled cheese and tomato soup is the bomb.
Oh, that's the only way. That is the only way. I don't think anybody who's ever had grilled cheese has not also had tomato soup with it.
But I dip it in ketchup too.
Yeah,
yeah. And Amber just said that. As you were saying that, she was like, "How about ketchup?" And I was like, "Yeah, ketchup is like, it's basically the same as tomato soup, only slightly sweeter."
Yeah, good.
No.
Mark, I don't cook anything without saying "bam" afterwards. Bam.
So what do you do when he does an install? Bam.
Oh yeah, I definitely do it for installs.
I used to have his hair.
What's
that dude's name?
What? Oh,
the
Ezra. or
Emerald. Magassi.
Yeah.
No, who's the other guy? Who's the guy that's kind of overweight with the bleached blonde hair? What's his name?
Oh, it's Guy Fieri. Fieri,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Guy.
He doesn't say
I used to
Bam.
watch
That was Emerald that says Bam.
Well, see, that's how little I pay attention to these people.
Yeah, well, same.
They're all the same to me, man. If they cook, it's the same guy.
So LT4 Powered has a good point here. We're going to next week, instead of car of the week, we're going to have a grilled cheese of the week up in the top left.
Everybody
So.
has to know you picture their grilled cheese.
Yep. All right. So guys, one last time, we're going to talk a little bit about the giveaway. If you guys have not entered to win this yet, we will be drawing a winner very soon for this. So it is going to be the race ramps. If you have a car of any kind, it doesn't matter if it's Corvette or not, the race ramps will definitely help you get that car up in the air and let you do maintenance on it in a much easier fashion. So you really want to enter just because of this picture. I mean, you see these two guys. These are grown men, by the way. Like, you got to keep that in mind. Yeah, they're over 50.
That took a few times. That took a few times, and Jason were like, "Do one more, do one more." He goes, "I don't know if I can do one more."
I know.
I don't know if I can do another one. Oh God, he's like, "Oh, my hip." So,
dude, my knee. Gosh, it was awful.
I think it's safe to say that neither one of the two guys in this image have tried grilled cheese with mayonnaise, right?
With
no.
Oh, I did miss a super chat. Oh wow, I definitely don't want to do that. So, super chat from Brian.
Which one? I got it. Hobuck.
Oh, you did get it.
Hobacker. I'm always watching it.
I was gonna say Steve's doing a better job than me. His target production week is March 27th, 3LZ. That's pretty soon. Thanks for the great channel. Try to watch every Monday for the latest C8 updates. We appreciate it, Brian. I hope you're still in here. I apologize I missed that. I have no idea how I missed that. Especially since it lights up bright orange on my screen. I have no idea how I missed that. But yeah, so anyway, guys, if you want to get entered to win, you do not have to wait to enter on the live videos. You can enter anytime. So if you send a Venmo, just include in the comment section that it's a donation for the giveaway, and I'll get you entered.
On top of, we're gonna try to start giving something away every week. Something small.
Oh yeah.
Something medium or whatever.
Yeah, and I have something sitting right here that I've been trying to give away for the last 6 months, and I forgot to do it again tonight anyway. Maybe next week. Mark Cutsey says that race ramps should be paying you guys with royalties for that shot. I agree.
Do you think we could? I wonder if we could actually make a poster out of this thing. Like, I don't know if I don't know if it's good enough quality, when we took the picture to actually make a
I have
poster.
a program I can actually increase resolution on. I guarantee I could get a poster out of that.
Dude, we should probably do that. We should probably make that something that we can even offer, because see, they don't even see the one for me and Steve from like 3 years ago or whatever, when we were doing the
brake. I mean, the brake fluid.
Clutch fluid change.
Clutch fluid. That was hot. It was 115 degrees.
Yeah.
What was the picture of that one? It was you two in the front of the car, right?
Us two idiots jumping outside with the brake fluid. It was hot.
Wasn't that your thumbnail?
It might have been. I think it was, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
I think
I'm
it was.
Check. I'm gonna check real quick, see if I can pull it up fast enough to make this not suck. So,
because that's what I think about it. I'm like, we should do it like we did that one a long time ago, because that one was hilarious.
All right, so I did find it. Yeah. So here we go. Here's the thumbnail he's talking about, guys. Look at that thing.
Where
Oh my gosh, you have that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I didn't notice initially that your feet are off the ground, Jason. Are yours too, Steve? I can't tell if yours are.
Maybe at one point it was.
Yeah. Someone took the picture too late. So these guys like the.
How do you get your legs so far apart?
We like to jump.
Yeah.
These guys really like the jump cuts, I guess. The 80s style where they like freeze frame in the halfway into a jump.
Well, hey, we'll take a triple one at Corvettes at Carlisle together, all three of us.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the poster right there.
That is, because if you can get all three of us at the same time in the air, because guaranteed someone's jumping early, someone's jumping late. Like, it's just the way it goes. Yeah, Matt Hurley hits it on the head. This is friendship goals. Like, if you can do stupid stuff like this with your friend, you got a pretty good friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mark, I got it.
For number, he wants the first poster when it hits print. You know, you guys, if you request this enough, be very concerned with what you're requesting here, because we can make this happen. And then you're going to have to buy them. So, like, make sure that you really want this before you start asking for it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. We will make sure you get the first one. We're going to talk seriously about this, though, because I think we're going to make that actually happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, again, you do not have to wait for the Monday nights. If you want to donate to win the race ramps, you can donate to the Venmo at any point. So for now, we're going to wrap this thing up for tonight. But the giveaway is going strong. We will wrap that particular giveaway up. Let me pull up a calendar here so I can tell you exactly what.
I got it. It's the second week of April. Or is it?
No, it'd be April 3rd.
No, it's 8. April 3rd. Okay. Yeah, April 3rd. Yeah. That's what I got on the thing.
Yeah. So April 3rd, the Monday night live on April 3rd, we will announce the winner at the end of that particular live. So you have about a month to get entered to win this thing. So if you want to win those ramps, every $10 donated is a victory for you. And like you saw earlier, the person who won the Attack Blue Air filter only donated $30. So they got a $150 filter for $30. But yeah, guys, if you could please hit the thumbs up button before you leave. It really helps the channel, really helps make sure that we can continue to do this kind of stuff for you every Monday night. Hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't yet, so you don't miss any of these live videos. And we'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Thanks again.